What up, though? And welcome to Lunchtime Detroit Lions Talk, brought to you by Detroit Lions on the Prowl and Lions Nation Unite. It's your man, Curt Steele. Today is Monday, May 16th, 2022. On deck for today's show, we recap some stories about the Lions 2022 schedule. LL asked the question, is the Lions roster in a good enough place right now that they don't have to sign any more free agents? And Coach Jones looked at the Lions signing the bulk of their rookie draft picks along with 12 undrafted free agents. But before we get into all that noise, it's time to bring in the rest of the crew. Y'all know him, man. It's the ladies' pet, man. It's that big time player from the Himalayas, Mr. Still Your Girl yourself, my man, LL Cool Twins. What's up, my guy?
Was down, Proud Nation, and good morning.
And it's the boxing pride of Jackson, Michigan. He is the defensive line coach extraordinaire. It is who?
Coach Jones. Who is Coach Mike Jones? What's going on, Lion fans?
Let's get this thing started
Right now.
Let go.
It's Detroit Lions talk, baby.
We're going to get up, and on the way up, we're going to bite a kneecap off.
Yes, sir. We in the deep.
Welcome back, Lions fans, and we got some interesting topics today, man. So, Curt, let's lead us off today.
All right. So on Thursday, man, the NFL schedule was released for the 2022 season, and we gave you our original reactions on Free for All Friday. It was me, Val, my man Micro Mike, and Luke G of Luke G's Field Review. However, I didn't get my fellas, that's on the show with me, LL and Coach Jones, a reaction to their to the slate of games. So let's kind of go over those things again right quick before we go ahead and continue on this topic. So first up, week 1, we got the Eagles. Week 2, we got the Commanders. Week 3, we got at Minnesota. Coming in on week 4, we have the Seattle Seahawks. We're at New England in week 5. By week 6, we have the Cowboys on week 6. On week 7. Then we have the Miami Dolphins coming in to the game to forfeit on week 8, followed by the Packers on week 9. Week 10, we're at Chicago, followed by at the New York Giants. Then we have Buffalo coming in for the Thanksgiving Day game. Woo-wee, that's a monster. All right, then we got Jacksonville week 13. Week 14, we have the Minnesota Vikings coming in the Ford Field. Then we're at the Jets, at the Panthers, have the Chicago Bears coming into Ford Field, and then at week 18 to finish off the season, game number 17, we're at Green Bay at the Frozen Tundra. Man, okay, so I gotta ask y'all, what's your initial thoughts for this schedule right here? Like your initial thoughts.
Hallelujah. It's about time the NFL and did us some justice, man. And like, if we had been a bottom tier team for the last few years, why can't we get a bottom tier schedule? That's all I've been asking for the last 3 seasons. We didn't finish at the bottom or near the bottom in the top 10 in the draft, and we always keep having a top 5 toughest schedule. So I'm just glad that we got a bottom 5 schedule. And then outside of maybe the Buffalo Bills coming to Ford Field on Thanksgiving and maybe 2 other games, like I feel comfortable with the rest of the games. I'm not saying we're about to win and go to the playoffs and nothing crazy like that, but it feels like it's more deserving of a schedule than the NFL has ever given us, ever. So maybe Sheila Ford pull up and Brad Holmes and, you know what I'm saying, and Coach Dan Campbell, like, nah, bro, we're going to weaken that schedule, bro. We're going come here, Roger, come here for a second. Let me talk to you, because they muscled up on them boys. That's all. Because everybody know we've been the worst team for the last 3 years with the top 5 schedule. It happened. They said, take that walk with me, bro. What you got, LL?
Miss Sheila, you saying Miss Sheila pulled up and let them smell her perfume?
Oh yeah. She said, come here, boy.
And got some things changed. Yeah, I guess we're not talking about wins or losses, so I won't neither. But it's like you said, I'm kind of glad that, they finally gave us, a little bit of a break, and have, it seems like everybody that's good in the league on our schedule. But, I feel like there's some opportunity for us here. I think that this is a good schedule for us this year coming off last year, because this is a building year. So it's going to give us a lot of opportunities to, to win some games, to fight some games, and to do some other stuff. So I'm looking forward to a decent year this year. Not a whole bunch of wins. I'm not even calling for the playoffs or even close to the playoffs, but a real good year, a real hard fight last year, and a whole bunch of butt kickings and kneecap biting.
Yeah, definitely. I feel you. All right, so just a few more stories coming throughout that schedule. The Lions have the 5th or 4th, depends on how you look at it, potato, because you have the Eagles and the Commanders tied with the easiest record. But the Lions have the 5th easiest schedule in the league. However, they're only favored to win in 4 games according to NFL.com and 6 games according to ESPN. So they have us picking in the top 5 again coming up for the next season. You look at it, and I don't know. However, one thing to note is that the Lions have no games in prime time. They're the only team in the NFL, the only one that does not have a prime time game. But Dan Campbell said, man, that is not a problem. Now, I talked about this on the show on Friday, where I was listening to Sirius XM NFL radio, and Rich Gannon, the former NFL MVP, quarterback of the Raiders back in the day, said that was his dream as a veteran player, to play every game on Sunday at 1:00. Why? It made the schedule easier. It was like, you can make your game plan, you can make your schedule for your week for all your players, even for your road games. It's easier because you can implement your game plans, and your practice schedules are pretty much solid all throughout the doggone week and throughout the season. So he actually likes it. He's like, I don't care, because you don't have a short week. You don't have where you're sitting around in a hotel after Sunday night football or Monday night football or Thursday, where you have to kind of wait to travel, and their travel plans are pretty much set. He said he doesn't mind it. He said, be mindful that, games can be flexed. So it doesn't mean that this, because all their games are at 1:00 right now, it means it's going to be that way the whole season.
Right.
But he said he likes that. It keeps them abreast, and it gives them an actual advantage because of the fact that they don't have to change much. They can keep all their players on the same schedule, and that is an advantage for a team like the Lions, where they're in still where they have a lot of young players, and they can get that schedule tight and have them ready to go at the same time in the same bat channel every week of the season. So I gave my record predictions over the weekend on Friday, on Free for All Friday. I said I had the Lions winning between 7 to 10 games. I said 7 is the floor, 10 is the ceiling. I'm looking at around 8 or 9 wins myself. What do you guys think? Now I need your whole record. How many wins you think they will have this year?
I'm on that 7 to 10 bandwagon. I think 7 is the floor, given the schedule. Given the fact that the rookies can get accommodated to the a little bit easier, barring the game against the Eagles getting flexed. However we start out the year will depend. I think if any game gets flexed, it'll be early on instead of later, because you got a young team, so usually they come out with a full head of steam. I would say if we do get flexed, it'd be earlier in the season, but it'd be 7 to 10. You spot on, Curt.
Okay, what you got, Elo?
I'm going with about 8. If
About
that's
8,
a good enough number.
Mm-hmm.
Right around 8. I think and I mean, it could go, it could be a couple more, it could be a couple less. I'm not expecting this year to be a blow-away year, but I would love it if it would. Maybe win a few games and get us in the NFC championships or something crazy like that. But right around 8.
You said about 8 of them things.
About 8 of them things. Hey, man, you know what it is. If you like the content, man, go ahead and like the video, share the video. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and do us a favor. Go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You know what it is, man. we want you to go ahead and subscribe and get on the bus, Gus. Get on this train, Wayne. Get on this ride, Clyde, as we're on our march to 4,000. The family discussion topic for today is, what do you think of the Lions schedule? Give us your thoughts on the Lions schedule. If give us a win prediction. You don't have to give us a total record, but it'll be nice if you do. So go ahead and give us your prediction for the Lions schedule. Now it's time for my man LL Cool to talk about a story that's kind of floating around there about the Lions roster being set for now. So what you got, my man?
Yeah, just gonna borrow or read a little bit from an article that was posted on PrideOfDetroit.com. This was by Mike Payton, and the headline said, "The Detroit Lions don't need to jump back into free agency. Their roster is in a pretty good place." So let's read just a little bit of this. We're going to pick it up right here. It says, "Take a really good look at this roster, and you'll see each position is stocked with players, and there are questions attached at each single position as well. Take cornerback, for example. The Lions have Jeff Okudah, Mike Hughes, Amani Oruwariye, Jerry Jacobs, AJ Parker, Ifichu Melifonwu, and now Chase Lucas. What do all these players besides Lucas have in common besides being on the younger side? They're all guys that showed that they could really be something in 2021. Both Jacobs and Parker worked their way up from being undrafted practice squad guys to players that looked like real deal NFL starters at times. Jeff Okudah was coming along before tearing his Achilles. Amani Oruwariye was in the Pro Bowl conversation for a second there before ultimately getting outvoted. He finished third in the NFL interceptions and looks like he could take another step in 2022. Mike Hughes had the best year of his career for the Chiefs last year. Iffy, despite having an injury-shortened season, looked really good at times as well. Each of these guys has a chance to work their way into a bigger role, or at least play a role. Why add anyone who's to this group before seeing what these guys can truly carve out? It's not just the cornerbacks, it's safeties too. With Tracy Walker, Deshaun Elliott, C.J. Moore, Will Harris, and Kirby Joseph on the roster already, whose development time on the field are you willing to cut short to add someone else? It's not just the secondary, it's most of the team. The Lions have these developmental possibilities on their defensive line with the linebackers, running backs, receivers, tight ends, and more. At every one of these positions, there's either an established starter or a young player who could realistically develop into one. So why go out and add a free agent who might hinder the development of any of these players? Sure, the Lions should be looking to be getting better, but it's early in the rebuild. Baby steps. The Lions should be focused on what they have in the hand instead of what's in the bush. And lastly, I'll read, the flip side to that is the flip side that some will bring up is that, like I said, the Lions should be looking to get better. There are free agents this team can go out and sign that can help and develop as well. And there are better free agents that the Lions can bring in and develop that young talent. The Lions don't really have a lot in places and don't have a lot in a lot of places on this team. So I don't want to go and they name some names that I don't really want here. So I kind of like our roster as it is, maybe add a name or two, and even that's just to come in and be competition. But, I guess we'll see. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that we should stand pat, maybe add a couple more, look for a veteran, maybe just add some more depth? How should we go with the roster from here?
I think I like the roster as it is. And like they say in the article, you have a lot of developmental pieces, but those guys earned their spot on the field last year. And that I have to agree with that.
Right.
You bring in a guy right now, you're messing up the chemistry of the team. Just to be honest with you. I mean, I know we have to, we're working some of the rookies in, but it's easier to mold a rookie to fit into the chemistry of the team than it is to bring in a free agent who already has a mindset of how he plays the game. You're not gonna, it's hard to find guys that's kind of fit into what Dan Campbell and what his coaching staff feels as what they want in a player. So they have the guys they want in Detroit right now. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm saying don't mess with it. You know what I'm saying? You're kind of too far along in the process right now to mess with the roster and the chemistry.
Right on. I believe, just from a coach's perspective, you want to get these guys on the field and you want to get the cohesiveness together. if you start subtracting pieces now and adding pieces and subtracting pieces and adding pieces, the finished product that you put on the field is going to be a little confused. They're not going to know the assignments. They're not going to, be able to play full speed. So what's probably going to happen is they probably do have their roster set, and they're like, okay, we got to build these guys up with as much information as possible so they can be ready for anything that changes up, and they can have everything in their mind and know the playbook, know the calls, know the assignments, know the roles, and get that down packed instead of bringing somebody else in. Now you got to start over and teach him, and maybe he can only play first and second down because he don't know a third down call. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Or something like that. So I think that's a smart idea from that perspective. Yeah, you could be like, oh, he's not that good, but you don't really know, what you got until you get him on the field. And like I said, it's a building, so I'm not really worried about if a guy can get a little bit better. I'm just worried about them knowing their assignments and them getting on the field and playing full speed. So especially when you got a real young team, they got to play full speed. And that means first, you got to know your assignments. So I get it. I get it.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at what just a note from this weekend at the rookie minicamp, like getting those guys into, like you said, getting them to play full speed. They were already doing 707 in rookie minicamp this weekend. I mean, that hardly ever happens. They're usually running drills and stuff like that. But you haven't run a 707, and they're doing installs in rookie minicamp. I'm liking the way that they're approaching the youngsters. So when they do get to OTAs, it's not a whole bunch of stopping them, teaching them what they need to know going forward in rookie minicamp.
Right.
But the roster itself, I think we're good for now. You never know after the camp cuts, you know what I'm saying? After
Right.
we, see what's going on Hard Knocks, man. Hey, man, if you want to get yourself some Lions gear or some accessories, you know what I'm saying? Like, get yourself one of this fancy ass water bottles I got over there. It got the name Curt Steele on there. Go on over to fanatics.com, man. Links in the description below. You know how we do it, man. Small portion of other proceeds from that link go to help us grow the content on the show. Man, if you want to get yourself some Lions Nation Unite gear, go to lnushop.com, man. It is open right now. You can get yourself some LNU gear, represent for a team 8400 more on those guys over there. If you want to get yourself some Prowl Nation gear like that MCDC sweatshirt, my man rocking right there, go on over to lionsontheprowlshop.com and go ahead and grab yourself some Prowl Nation gear. That gear will be transitioning over to the lnushop.com once we get everything settled. But all right, it's time for my man Coach Jones to talk about some housekeeping we did this weekend, getting some of these rookies under contract.
Yeah, so we signed 7 of our 8 draft picks, and we also signed 12 undrafted free agents. We doing a good job getting these guys in here. We signed Aiden Hutchinson, Jameson Williams, Kirby Joseph, James Mitchell, Malcolm Rodriguez, James Houston IV, and Chase Lucas. The only draft pick that has not signed yet is Josh Pascal. And a lot of people are like, oh, no, worried about that. That's just because that's usually verbiage of the contract and things like that, usually terms and little small things. Then the undrafted free agents we signed, running back Greg Bill, cornerback Cedric Prowl, tight end Derek DC, tackle Obina Eze, tight end Nolan Given, guard Kevin Jarvis, receiver Josh Johnson, guard Zane Obeid, receiver Khalil Pimpleton, receiver Corey Sutton, defensive lineman Demetrius Taylor, and Jermaine Waller. I think that we are doing the right thing by bringing, like I said, it goes back to what I said before. They want to get all these guys on the field. They know they got a young team. They know they probably got either the youngest team or one of the top 3 youngest teams is probably between us, the Jets, and you know what I'm saying? So us, the Texans and Jets. So they're trying to say, hey, let's get all these guys signed, let's get them on the field as quick as possible. And they're like, hey, let's roll with it. And because the best experience is on the field, game time kind of setting experience, and they just want to get these guys ready, man. And I like it. And what y'all think about that?
Yeah, looking at that, I mean, I think you have to have every rookie has to be signed their contract before the actual training camp starts. So they have to have everyone under contract. Just to have one guy is pretty good. Because you looking at it, they want to have these guys signed like you said, under contract and on the field. So Josh Pascal, we'll get that deal done. Him being our second round pick, You know, it's probably just, you know, a term or here, you know, I know Kirby Joseph's deal got rejected by the league. They had to refile it. So they're doing big things. You know, Brad Holmes and my man Disnernomics, you know what I'm saying? He can get them things done with those signings. What you got, LL?
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. I've seen a couple things saying that they had signed everybody. Then I seen one saying that everybody except for Kirby Joseph. And now Coach Mike saying everybody except for Josh Pascal. So I don't doubt that everybody will be, you know, signed soon. I don't even know if that stopped anybody because Josh Pascal was out there all weekend.
Yeah, he was out there.
I read.
They have to be signed before training camp starts. Not.
Oh well, yeah.
Yeah, so before training camp starts.
So I don't see any of this being, you know, it's not gonna hold anybody back or keep anybody from getting the learning that they need. So.
Yeah,
I think this is good to get them, you know, get them all under contract right away, so you know everything can move forward from here.
Yeah. I seen the video Aiden Hutchinson posted with Josh Pascal. So you know everything is all good. It's just verbiage in the contract. That's all. You know. And you got anything else to add to that?
You have to have them signed before training camp because that's when you put pads on. You got to look at everything right now is not contact.
Right.
So you have to have them in pads when they do start doing contract drills. So there you go with that. All right. Sorry to say, we don't have any comment cards today for y'all, man. We didn't get the comments. So drop us a comment down below, man. Yeah, you know, y'all understood the assignment before. So I don't know what it is today, man. We ain't got no comment cards. So go ahead and drop us a comment down below, man. Answer the family discussion topic. Or we just want to talk about whatever you need to talk about with us right here on the show, man. Go ahead and drop us a comment down below, and we'll pick 6 of those things to read on Wednesday. Now it is time, because you know that's my favorite segment to talk about what the people are talking about, man. We're the people show. So come on now, go ahead and drop us the comment cards, man. But what we're gonna do today, we're gonna have dessert with your man Curt right quick. We're gonna roll through this thing because we're gonna keep this thing going. For Dessert with your man Curt is brought to you by Delightful Bites, custom cookies and desserts for any occasion. If you like how they look, you'll love how they taste. Go over to Delightful Bites on the Facebook page, and links in the description. If you don't do the Facebook thing, go to TikTok, go to Instagram, put in Delightful Bites, and you'll see all those tasty morsels you can get over there. You know, you might be drooling all over your keyboard, all over your phone, man, but you know, go ahead and check it out. If you want to email her directly, it's delightfulbites18@gmail.com. Delightful Bites, get your cookie on. Hey, we got some new Detroit Lions jersey numbers this year. All right, so I'm gonna go over who changed their numbers, and then our free agents, and then the rookies. All right quick. All right, first up, we got my man Jeff Okuda going to number 1 from 23. Austin Seibert went from 19 to 19 from 4. Kicker Aldrick Rojas went to 13 from 5. Mark Gilbert was 40, now he's 29. We got my man Michael Brockers. He went from 90, he's at 90. He was 91 last year. LL, this is good for you. My man Levi Anzarike went from 75 to 90.
No.
One thing.
Don't do it.
Levi Anzarike went from 75 to 91.
No.
I don't like 91 for him either, but I don't, you know, good.
Bruce,
you know,
Bruce
Hecker. I'm the enforcer, and my number was 75.
Okay. Bruce Hecker went from 92. He's 92 now. He was 76. You got the free agents that came in. DJ Chark is number 4. Deshaun Elliott is number 5. Mike Hughes picked up 23. Juju Hughes went to 33. We got Jared Davis, hit his old number. He picked up number 40 again. Chris Board is number 49. And tight end Garrett Griffin is 86.
Now, we all agree that 49 is an ugly number, right?
Oh, 49?
Yeah.
49 is a special teams number. Yeah. All right. All right. So let's look at some of these. Let's look at some of these rookies. You know what I'm saying? The notable ones. UDFAs, they kind of get what they get, and then they can if they make the roster, they'll get a different number usually. All right. So we all know Aiden Hutchinson is 97. You knew that coming in the building. Now Jameson Williams picked 18. Reason being, he said it's the reverse of Calvin Johnson, and his favorite wide receiver, Randy Moss, wore 18 when he was with the Raiders. So that's what he's wearing, number 18. he tried to get number 1 from Okuda, and it wasn't going to happen. So, because you look at Okuda had just changed from 23 to 1, so that wasn't going to happen. Josh Pascal went to 93. Kirby Joseph with 31. James Mitchell, the tight end, 82. Malcolm Rodriguez, 44. James Houston, 59. And Chase Lucas at 36. Man, let me tell you something about this dude, this little cat named Malcolm Rodriguez, man. I saw the video of that cat over there on the Lions website. That dude looked like he walked around like he looked like he had pads on. I'm like, this dude is ridiculously.
Yeah.
That dude sculpted, man. I'm like, that dude is real. I'm like, do he got on pads? You know, pads ain't to later on. I'm like, no, she ain't got no pads. That dude. Hey, I'm interested to see this young fella get out there, man, and see what he can do, man. That cat, he swole up. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Curt.
So
Curt, interesting fact. He had 36 reps on the bench press.
Yeah, 36 reps on the bench press. Yeah, that's ridiculous. I seen him flip over offensive lineman out there on the field, just hip checked him and just tossed him over. I'm like, okay, this cat's strong. I'm saying he a former wrestler.
Yeah.
So this cat, man, I'm interested to see, and he's a heat-seeking missile. So I'm interested to see how he's going to go ahead and do over there on the defensive front seven in the linebacker core, man. But it's time for what? It's time to take that short walk on over to that Wall of Fame if I can get this thing right. So the Wall of Fame, you know who we got. We got Bubba Bo coming out in our in our bronze members. We got Detroit Drew. We got Midwest Lion. We got Sage Roberts and Shano the Insano. In our silver members, we got my man, Nomus J, Jason Porter's Cap Ice Cold. We got Shannon Peck and Mr. Scotty the Bear, the Frenchman, baguettes and all that. In our gold members, we got my man, Mr. Reliable Michael Huck himself. We got the always inspirational Turner C. Burley. We got my man, Mr. Rough and Raw himself. Mr. North End Ken is in the building. Paul Jarose. We got Lionor of Dusbagia, always holding it down over there in the Gold Members meeting. Gold Members meeting will be this Wednesday at 3 p.m. Go ahead and check the community tab on Wednesday for the link for that. But that is our Wall of Fame. It's time for final thoughts for today's show. What you got, LL?
Well, on this Monday, my final thoughts, real short and sweet. Be kind. Have a great Monday. Have a great rest of your week. Don't let this rain today slow down nothing else for the rest of the week.
Okay,
right on. My final thoughts for today, man. And yeah, we're coming into the new week, man. Fresh off a pretty warm weekend. Here in Michigan, we kind of happy about that, man. We usually don't get it that warm like that until after Memorial Day. So yeah, man, it's good, man. Everything started off good, and everything's positive, upbeat, and we're just gonna see what happens, man. Just take this summer day by day when it comes, and then see what happens, man.
All right, definitely. Hey, the grind starts today, man. It's Monday. Y'all know what it is. Man, I was jealous of y'all weather, man. It was kind of cool down here in North Carolina. It's starting to get warming up today, but it was rainy and miserable kind of all the end of last week. But, you know, we're going to get some rain later in the week, but we're going to get that garden going this week, man. It's going to be fun. We're going to, me and my wife going to get some fruits and vegetables out there. We late a little bit, but we're going to get this thing going and enjoy some of this nice warm weather because we're going to be in the 80s all week down here in the Carolinas, man. And you know what I'm saying? Merry Christmas. The Lions are coming to Carolina on Christmas Eve, baby. I'm hyped up about that thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always happy to see when the Lions come to town. I ain't missing it this time. I will be down there in Charlotte for that game. So go ahead and check your boy out, man. We'll be hanging out with the Lions Nation Unite crew, and there was the underground crew down there at the stadium down there in Charlotte, man. It's gonna be so much fun, man. But you know what you got to do, man. If you're feeling stressed today, because you know you got to start that hard grind on Monday, take that step back, take a breath, refocus. If you got to ask for some help from a coworker, say, hey, man, I don't understand this. You know, say, help me out because, you know, I just need some help. I'm drowning here. Don't be afraid to ask for some help, because a greatest sign of strength is asking for help than drowning by yourself. It's always good to ask for help, man. Definitely. Now, I know you getting that grub on at your desk while you checking us out right here on the show. So get them crumbs off your face, man. Finish your drink and get back to work, baby. And whatever you're doing in life, you got to boss up, ball out, and be the best version of you that you can be. For my fellas, LL and Coach Mike, this is Curt Steele, and we will holla at you real soon. We love you, Jim.